All right then, guys. So this video will be about the Virgil van Dijk comments that came out earlier on today. You've probably seen it. I'm going to cover all three articles, the one from Paul Joyce, James Pearce, Lewis Steele. And then there's also some transfer links, like a new left backs that have been mentioned with Liverpool that I'm going to go over as well at the end of this video. So if you do like this type of content, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below regarding the Virgil van Dijk stuff, to be fair. Now, I know you would have all have seen it everywhere, but I like to give my thought and opinion on it, guys. So I can't show you the articles because obviously they're behind paywalls. But I have highlighted certain bits from all of them that I just wanted to touch on. We'll do the Paul Joyce one first because that one is most likely going to be pretty much everything that's on in all the other ones, in all fairness. And we're going to stick to the quotes that Van Dijk actually said regarding this new contract, right? So, starting off with his contracts, he said, I have no idea. I still have no idea at the moment. Genuinely, I have no idea at the moment. It's not on hold. Nothing is on hold. I keep saying the same thing. Listen, there are 10 games to go, and that is my full focus. If there is news, you guys will know it, and I don't even know myself. Everyone knows there are some conversations behind the scenes, but that is about it. At the moment, I don't even know what will happen next year. If anyone says they do, they are lying to your face. Now, this is all obviously is being asked about his contract. The people lying stuff is, even I've said this before in the past about, potentially Van Dijk and Salah could have already signed, but they're just waiting to see what happens with Trent, so they could announce all three at the same time. But the longer this has gone on, I don't think so. I still am of the belief that Van Dijk and Salah will both stay at the club. I am adamant about that, just because I can't see a situation where Liverpool allowed them all to go. I think there'd be anarchy. I think all the fans would kick off if Virgil van Dijk and Salah left this summer, especially after the season they've just had. We've already got all the stuff we need to do in the summer with the rebuild without having to find a Virgil van Dijk successor, a Mo Salah successor, and a Trent successor as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just impossible. So it's all gamemanship. I do think that eventually Virgil and Salah will both sign with Liverpool. Trent, on the other hand, I do think is going to go on his way to Real Madrid, albeit this injury's not fucked that move up for him. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, continuing on with this article, he's mentioned that Van Dijk was spotted speaking to the PSG chairman and sporting director, Luis Campos, who he had a clash with during the first leg in Paris in the Anfield Tunnel after the game, as the disappointment of bowing out in round 16 began to sink in. Now, I didn't really take that into consideration. Like, I've seen the video yesterday, but I completely forgot the fact that them two had a bit of a back and forth over in Paris. So maybe that's what they were talking about, just clearing things up. Obviously, some people are thinking, could it be talking about going to Paris or everything like that? The way everything looks with Paris Saint-Germain right now is they're looking to go younger. Like, look at their squad. Like, they're all quite young now. Never say never in football. I can't see him going to Paris, but you can't. I can imagine, and I had this conversation with Dunk over at Cop Talk. I can actually imagine a place where where a conversation like this took place. Where it's like, oh, what's going on? How's your contract doing? He's like, I don't know. It is what it is, and they're like saying, well, if you weren't as expensive as you was, you'd have, like jokingly talking about going to Paris. I could see that taking place. I actually could. Nothing serious behind it, but you never say never in football, guys. But yeah, I don't think there's anything in that. I think maybe they were just clearing the air after the bust up in Paris, to be fair. Trent Alexander-Arnold will have to undergo scans after his ankle injury. He has got an offer from Real Madrid, Paul Joyce says, and Salah has repeatedly stated that his future is up in the air. Virgil will now channel his efforts into lifting Liverpool for the Sunday Carabao Cup final against Newcastle and ensure he wins a second title with Arne Slot's side 15 points clear of second placed Arsenal. His quotes continue, there are 10 games left, not many, and they are two big prizes we can still get. We are going to give it everything. We have to feel the disappointment of PSG, but from now on, it's about recovery. If we bring this intensity into Wembley with our fans, then I am positive. I am always positive, but I'm really looking forward to being back out there. We don't need to add any motivation. We have 10 games, the Carabao Cup final. If you need any added motivation, you are in the wrong business. All of the fans want to celebrate it, and it will be difficult. Any final is difficult, and I'm really looking forward to it. So there you have it, guys. At the end of this Paul Joyce article as well, he does say that Trent will miss the Newcastle game, and with Conor Bradley out injured, Kwanzaa is poised to play at right back in the final. So that's the Paul Joyce article. Over on the one from James Pearce, I've literally just highlighted this last bit here, where James Pearce says, however, the centre-back is adamant he doesn't know whether he will still be at Anfield come August, as discussions over a new contract rumble on. There's been an expectation all season that he would pen an extension, given his close bond with Liverpool and his immense value to the club both on and off the pitch. He has publicly spoken about wanting to stay, but the ongoing lack of clarity over Van Dijk's salary and Trent is a source of growing concern for fans with just 10 matches remaining. Van Dijk believes he can continue to perform at the highest level for years to come, and try to recruit someone to adequately fill his boots would be almost impossible. Now that's James Pearce, guys, like basically calling out, like, you know, you cannot replace Virgil van Dijk. Like, that's something we don't need to hear. We already know. But again, this is kind of why I can't see him going. And I know Shauno's going to be in the comments going, well, be on his way, lad. Do you know what I mean? And it's just not going to happen. Like, he won't be going. I can't see a place where they let him go. I really, really can't. Sorry about that poor accent, Shauno. So yeah, that's the Virgil van Dijk stuff, guys. If you're still here, guys, obviously make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. Just going to cover quickly some of the stuff off from the Lewis Steele article regarding left backs. Now, he has said that the early suggestions point towards Milos Kerkez being the lead candidate. The former agent of Kerkez is still close to him and insists that Liverpool are becoming really advanced in their courtship of him. The player apparently will meet up with his inner circle in Budapest next week when he is back home for international duty, with his future on the agenda, and Szoboszlai may well be in his ear. Bournemouth are in no rush to sell him and will not be bullied into letting any of their breakthrough stars leave for the cheap, and Bournemouth will demand around 40 to 45 million for him. It is also believed, guys, this bit may piss some of you off, that the player supported Man United as a kid and his idol was Vidic. So it says here that apparently United were keen on signing in last summer, but they have since brought in that Dorgu lad. So yeah, I think his agent as well now is actually the same person who is the agent of Chiesa. So we've got that there as well. So yeah. Another left back to watch is Joel Hatto. The 19-year-old has played 65 times in the Eredivisie, so he's got a lot of experience for his age. Like Kerkez, he has a mate at Liverpool, Ryan Gravenberch. Hatto is slightly different profile to the left back of Kerkez. He's more of a defender rather than bombing down up and down the flank. There's a few other names here, guys, as well that I've not even thought of, especially in my transfer video. Andrea Cambiaso, who has played as both a right winger and a left back in this season for Juve, is emerging as one of the most wanted fullbacks in Europe, and City are also interested in him. They've asked an agency like what other left backs could there be that match similar to Robbo and Tsimikas, and they've said Lewis Hall, Parisi, Suzuki, who plays in the Japan J League. Anywhere else would be Ryan Altonori and Anthony Robinson of Wolves. So basically that is all he was basically touching on there, guys, regarding this, is that basically Liverpool look like they're going to go for Kerkez as the number one signing at left back, which I think is something we all kind of know anyway, guys, isn't it? Isn't it? Bloody hell, it choked, isn't it? I don't think that comes as a surprise to any of us. But anyway, guys, I'll leave it there with you. Let me know what you think about Virgil van Dijk and this left back conundrum we're going to be having over the summer. Let me know down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.